Hey guys, it's Jeanette, the Inspirational Nurse, and earlier today I posted a makeup tutorial, but I realized I have a lot of guy followers too, so I feel like I left them out, and I just get inspired throughout the day, and I want to tell you about just the challenge of not comparing yourself to other people. I have to say, since I started doing this YouTube stuff, it's interesting because I'm praying about it, and I'm saying, trying to figure out, all right, God, do you want me to do this? And it's hard to measure success in this regard when you see people who have like a bajillion trillion subscribers and they're, but I do believe that, and I do spend a decent amount of time, but it's not something that's stressing me. It's something that is helping me. So even if for nobody's benefit, but just my own, to instill these ideas in myself by hearing myself talk about it, I'm telling myself that it is worth it, and even if that one person is inspired and one thing I say changes somebody, then it's worth it. So I want to just encourage people to not compare yourself to others, and it's really difficult in this social media age. While it's such a wonderful platform, like, I didn't used to go on to Twitter until I started the whole Inspirational Nurse, and it's great. Like, in my feed is pretty much a lot of like inspirational people, and it's a quick little verse here, a quote there, and it's great. Like, it just encourages me. So that in that way, it's great. And but in other ways, and this is something I practice, and it's funny because I post my videos, I share them on Facebook, and my close friends know, I don't scroll through Facebook. I started to not to do it when, after certain breakups with people, because I didn't want to see friends of that person, or I knew it would make me upset, or the chance of seeing some picture of something. And I've kind of still followed through with this. I've read a lot of articles about how we compare our real life to everyone else's highlight reel, and a lot of that is through scrolling mindlessly through Facebook. Of course, I appreciate the likes, and I'm glad that this is a big way that people can see my videos and get inspired. But if you notice that you are comparing yourself to other people through Facebook, stop. Go on a Facebook fast. For me, I'm trying to do like research and get better at YouTube videos, but in the process, some of these videos and people are like, oh, and this is how you get subscribers, and like, then you start to compare yourself to that person, and I look at other nurses on YouTube and what are they doing, and then you just kind of get lost in, you forget what you started to, your purpose in the first place. My purpose is not to be like other people, and my purpose is not to make money. My purpose is not to emulate somebody else. My purpose is to inspire other people and inspire myself. And so there's a really fine line between gaining knowledge about a subject that you want to get better at. So it's a fine line for me, and I want to learn about how to create better content, but the one take-home thing is, and that you have to do things because you love them, not for the money. I once switched a nursing job for the money when I really loved my job at Hahnemann. I went to Penn for a short period of time for literally for the money and for the schedule. And it was a horrifying experience. Not to say that Penn is not a great place in many other units, but it was one of the craziest experiences I've ever had, the way that I was treated and the way that the unit was run. And I said, God did this to teach me to never go take a job for money. Number one, that is so important. The extra $8 an hour that I made did not make it worth it. And not having to work on the weekends or holidays, that didn't make it worth it either. And it was two huge lessons. So, and the funny thing is, when I got the job in the ER, that's one of the things I had always wanted to do, but I kind of convinced myself I wanted to do this particular position at Penn because Penn was this elite, name. So pretty much doing it for all the wrong reasons. For the name, the prestige, like prideful, like ego, like, oh, I work at the University of Penn, like, and for the money and for the schedule, which sometimes I can absolutely understand, not wanting to work weekends or holidays, but it was every wrong reason to leave where I was, and I'll never ever make that mistake ever again. And so when it comes to whatever is motivating you in life, and I have to, this morning I was just on my face before God, like praying, Lord, is this what you want me to do? Is this how you want me to spend my time? Some of my time on my days off, and a lot of my thought life, like, what should I speak about? And just in tears, I was just praying for people that I want to inspire people to, and to have people know that they're loved by God, and that they're here for a reason, and that they have purpose in life, and that no matter how down you get, you can rise up out of it, and there is hope. And it can't be and the funny thing is, this YouTuber said, like, you cannot look at your subscribers and your likes, like, you can't obsess about it, and it's very easy to get caught up in it. And that's why you have to make sure you're doing it for the right reasons, because it's something that you love, and it's something that you want. And me, I love to inspire people and encourage people. It's a little tough because I really like face-to-face, where I can see your reaction and I can speak back and forth with you and answer somebody's questions and just really be there and feel the interaction. So I kind of miss that, and I think that happens with a lot of people. I know a lot of the podcasts I listen to, they like beg for reviews and comments, because people, they want to know that, like, it's pretty much like you're talking into this void, and you don't know. I mean, you hope that you're making an impact, but people are like, and even I'm guilty, I haven't rated any of these podcasters, and I should make that a priority, but they're like, I really truly hope I'm making a difference, and it really matters to them to hear from people. So, like, this week, for instance, I tweeted at Terry Savelle Foy, who I only discovered in the past, like, couple months, and I just said that she inspired me. I saw her on YouTube, and she inspired me to create my own YouTube channel and blog. And I tweeted at Arel Moody from The Art of Likeability, and I said that he inspired me. It was after listening to one of his blogs, and I just got home and got on YouTube and started recording. And they both liked the comments, and it made me feel good to just throw that gratitude out there. So I just want to say that it's a struggle for me to not compare myself to other people, but it's an area where I've really grown and I have to catch myself. We are all so uniquely wired, and being yourself in this world is a struggle, but I will tell you that authenticity is so attractive. And when you share your vulnerabilities and when you share what you struggle with and you are truly and authentically yourself, and you don't try to be someone else, which so much of us do throughout middle school and high school and trying to figure out who we are, like, it's not a good look, and it's not fulfilling, and you're not being your best self by trying to be like someone else. That's not to say that you can't be inspired by other people, but there's a huge difference. Like, I don't compare myself to any of these people that I listen to on like the blogs or the podcast, because we're all so different, but it just encourages me because, oh wow, they started this journey back in 2003, like Brendon Burchard, who I was listening to last night on my run. Like, he wrote his first book in 2003 and it's now 2016, and he's kept at it, and he is just like, he's so inspiring. But it's nice to hear him say, I struggle and I get up in the morning and when I don't want to get up, and I have to read and do my morning routine, and I have to read from the Bible, and I have to read from inspiring people, because sometimes it just does not come naturally. And it's so encouraging to hear somebody be real about that, because we all, like, our emotions are so volatile all day, and one moment you're feeling great and you're like feeling like on top of the world, then you see something or you hear something and you just all of a sudden feel terrible. And it's a life skill, I think, that we develop over time, but we can be conscious of catching ourselves when we go into this downward spiral so quickly. And I think a lot of us live with it so much, and like myself included. Like, sometimes I just get so down on myself. I'm like, I listen to so much positive things. I try to do so many positive things in my life, and then I see one thing or think about one thing that I did wrong, and I just get so down on myself, and I just catastrophize. I think I blow it up in my head, like I'm not good at anything, and it's just crazy where my mind will go. And you just can't get down on yourself like that. You got to stop comparing yourself. I have to stop comparing myself, and be grateful for the successes of others. Genuinely be grateful for your own success. And success means anything from just, I got out of bed this morning, I got dressed, I put makeup on, I went to work, I didn't kill anyone today, I didn't curse today, I didn't lose my temper today, or I cleaned up a little more than I usually do, or I lived another day. Anything. Celebrate these small victories and just try to find your best self, be your best self, and try to catch yourself when you start to compare, because that's what I just was doing. Trying to look up tips on about YouTube, and here's this girl who's probably 5 years younger than me, and she's got all this camera equipment, and she's has a bajillion million subscribers, but one of the things she even said was, you can't be checking, and she said, when she first started, she was trying to be this cookie cutter person, and it was awful. And she's been on YouTube for 7 years, And it's not even about YouTube. It's just about me trying to step out and get better at portraying a message, and get clearer. The more that I speak, the more I'm realizing the message that I really want to put out to the world. And I feel like it's a responsibility that we have to use what we've learned to help others. And even if I don't know and I never hear from you, I just hope and pray, and I pray over each one of these videos that something I say, something that I quote, or some book I turn you on to, or podcast I turn you on to, helps you like it's helped me, because I have been hopeless. I've been that insecure girl. I still am from time to time. Even throughout the day, it can ebb and flow. And I just want to challenge you not to compare yourself. We are all so uniquely created, and there's things that we all can improve on, but there's a fine line between improving on things and trying to be like somebody else. And just take pride in who you are and improve on who you are as a person, and just be grateful for the people that have gone before you. No matter what your message is to the world, just because other people have that similar type of message, there's nobody that can communicate it like you can. And it's just amazing there's so many motivational people out there, but like I love listening to all of them differently. So just keep doing whatever it is that brings you joy, whatever it is that brings joy to the world and to those around you. I'm sweating in here. I can't believe that it's October. And don't compare yourself to others. So whether it's taking a fast from Facebook, and you might not even realize that you're internally comparing yourself, and you're saying, wow, my life's not that exciting. Like, she looks so pretty in that picture, and like, I don't have kids yet, or I wish I didn't have kids and I was single and going out. Like, don't compare. You're where you are for a reason. And whether it's taking a break from social media, or taking a break from looking at magazines, that for me was a struggle. Like, I kind of liked reading Cosmo, but these girls are airbrushed and they're beautiful, and it's just hard not to compare yourself to them and have these crazy unrealistic expectations of what you should look like and the clothes you should be wearing. And then it's so easy to just go into debt because you're trying to keep up with the Joneses, and that's not how you're going to live your happiest life. You're going to live your happiest life within your means, being creative with your budget, being creative of how to look your best on, while still living within your means. Because who's that quote that we spend money we don't have to buy things we don't need to impress people we don't even care about. And I've been there, and it's still a temptation. Thank God I work as a nurse and we all wear the same scrubs. Seriously, thank God. When I worked as a receptionist and I had to wear a different dress-up outfit every day, I literally I got it from Forever 21, but all I would do is buy clothes. And God bless you guys that work in the business world, women, because I can't imagine having to compare my attire to yours when we don't have anything to compare to except, hey, I like your clogs or whatever. So God had me in this career for a reason. The uniform's just such a blessing. So just wanted to throw that out there. I'm struggling with comparing myself to other people, and you can't do that. And whatever it is that you're doing, you can't do it for the money. You can't do it for the prestige. You can't do it for the schedule, because it's all wrong motivation. And the funny thing is, when I took the job in the ER, it was night shift, which I said, oh my God, I'll never do night shift. I hate it. And it's every third weekend, we still have to do holidays. And I was a bajillion times happier. because clearly God had me go through that experience, from Hahnemann to Penn to now Jefferson, so that I would end up in the ER where I'm meant to be. And it was a hard lesson to learn, to never go chasing after money, but it's the same in any endeavor. In this YouTube, oh, you can make money on YouTube. Oh, you can make, and that just cannot be your motivation, no matter what it is. You want to start your own business, you want to write a book, it has to be simply because it's your hobby or you enjoy doing it, and that's it. Because you will drive yourself crazy if you are in it for any other reason than it just naturally flows out of you. So that's my inspirational message for the day, and I hope that you glean something out of it. Don't compare yourself. Don't do anything for the money. Don't do anything for the prestige. Don't do anything for the fame. Don't do anything for the props from other people. You know, God's your real boss, and that's who you're accountable to, and to your family and to your friends, and being your authentic self. Don't try to be anybody but yourself, because nobody else can do it. And there's only one you in all of the world, and you have a unique gifts and abilities to bring to the world that are so different from anyone else's, and you're robbing the world if you're not becoming your full self. It's really selfish if you're actually trying to be like somebody else. You're being selfish, because we need you. We need your particular type of inspiration. We need your particular type of quirkiness. We need you in all your glory, in all your goofiness. The world needs you just as you are. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe, and just share this if you know anybody who's feeling discouraged. And thanks, guys.